everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, we all saw the media frenzy that surrounded Anthony Davis when his plans to leave New Orleans emerged. He said, the things I do in the community, being a good teammate, playing hard, championships, all that stuff matters the most to me. Between money or legacy, my legacy will win that battle every time. Kevin?
Winning a big part of it, David. Thank you. And here's a look at some numbers for LeBron.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Robertson and Gallinari at the small and power forward positions. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul, and it's Adams in at the 5. And for Los Angeles, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Avery Bradley is out there with Green, and it's McGee in at the center, locking down the middle. What do you think it's like for a team coming into a new season with a new head coach?
You know what's fascinating to me is each individual organization, Kevin, seems to have their own vernacular, their own verbiage to describe their system. So with a new coach, number one, he's putting in a system. Number two, the guys are trying to familiarize themselves with his language, not only the X's and O's, but how does he communicate it?
And yeah, right, that's a good point. The delivery of the message is sometimes as important as the X's and O's.
No doubt.
Now, Green, following Chris Paul's three-point attempts.
Well, Danny Green excels at recognizing when his teammates have open looks and putting it on the money. Nicely done.
Here's Paul. Gallinari trying to get open. The shot's good from Paul.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's James. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Atlanta.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for Oklahoma City. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
That one good for 2.
Well, Andre Robertson, a little separation on the interior. That's pretty.
Here's Los Angeles now. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And in that one, the offensive execution made the difference. They found and exploited the mismatch repeatedly.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
So here's Gallinari following the basket by LeBron James. Adams. McGee with the block. And he's able to get it back. Adams' shot is good. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Bradley against Paul. Bradley dishes to Green. Back to Bradley. The pass to Davis. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Well, Kev, that's the court vision of Avery Bradley. Remarkable how he finds these wide-open teammates on a consistent basis.
Now here's Paul. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
The other thing, he really changed the pace of the game when you consider how many free throws he shot. Drawing fouls is an art, and really he has mastered that part of the game.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Contavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Danny Green. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Avery Bradley. Here's Davis. He played real well against Atlanta in that last game. LeBron with the bucket.
This guy's an absolute beast. You see the power and the soft touch that LeBron James combines in his game. Wow.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Clippers.
And don't forget the sensational plays he made out there. He saw the court so well, firing perfect passes to teammates for wide-open shots.
Clock at 2, and Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Well, it was speculated all of last season and shortly after the finals ended that Anthony Davis had his wish fulfilled by getting traded to the Lakers.
And Davis and LeBron make as scary a duo as you can think of in the NBA. Missed out on some of the other marquee free agents, but AD will get a plethora of looks playing alongside LeBron.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
Boy, he's been relentless, and to this point, they haven't had an answer for him on the inside. Let's see if they make some adjustments coming out of the timeout.
Some changes for the Lakers. Morris comes in for Davis, and Kyle Kuzma is subbed in for James. Then for the Thunder, Nerlens Noel checks in for Steven Adams. Mike Muscala comes in for Andre Robertson. And Terrence Ferguson subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Noel. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. From deep, Gallinari. Dwight Howard grabs the board.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
54 seconds left in the first. And it's Noel with the rebound. Thunder trailing by 6. Gallinari right side. Fader on the way. Yep, that one goes in there.
You know, he had room to operate, but added a little fade on that shot just for good measure.
Rondo against Schroeder. Morris outside. That one rolling around and rims out. Thunder have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Schroeder outside. Switch. To the paint, knocks it loose, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Just 5 to shoot. From deep, Gallinari. The Lakers with the rebound. From deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul. And Chris talked about where all that started.
It's been a sort of long relationship, you know, and obviously me, Bron, Melo, D-Wade have all really gotten really close. And that stems from the time with the Olympics, USA teams, and then just sharing a lot of the same likes and values and having kids and family and different things like that.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Howard is out there with Markieff Morris.
Take a break.
That's Rajon Rondo. Then
Two
there's
shots.
Kyle Kuzma. And it's Caruso in at the 2 spot. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. The first free throw is good. George, what's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, 2 guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back-to-the-basket force who you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They are thrilling. I would agree. Now, here's Noel. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Paul. And that one, good.
Wow, look at the way the big man, Noel, set up his guys, puts the pass in the perfect position, easy shot.
And here's Rondo. Morris outside. Back to Rondo. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Bradley comes in for Rajon Rondo. Now, here is Morris. Outside, Green. 5 on the clock. Shoots a fader. And it's Noel with the rebound. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Thunder. Trailing by 4. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. And slam dunk by Noel.
Oh, Kev, love the connection Noel has built with his teammates. Smart at knowing when to time that alley-oop.
Bradley passes to Morris. And here's Kuzma. 14 feet away. The Thunder pull it in. Noel's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Kyle Kuzma, a late pick in the 2017 draft, but he's shown that he's as strong a prospect as any.
Yeah, flew under the radar as a prospect, but came in with a very refined game and was an impact player early on. Has already started to expand his game. Should see an even bigger role as he develops as a player.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. And those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. And some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. And so it's the Lakers with it, following the score by Oklahoma City. Morris kicks to Caruso. They need this one. And it's Green, missing.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Bradley against Paul. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Noel throws it down.
And you got to love how Paul sees the whole court so well. Maybe the best quality for a point guard to have.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Alinari comes in for Muscala. Robertson, he's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Chris Paul. Rondo, bounce pass. Davis finds James. They need this. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. LeBron's got the game tied up here for the Lakers. Schroeder against Caldwell Pope. And it's Schroeder missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Left side Rondo. We've got 1:08 left here in the second. Gallinari against LeBron. And Adams sends it back.
Boy, this guy is such a defensive stalwart. Steven Adams, size and timing. Send it back, Steven.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Here's LeBron after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. LeBron drives in and finished off by LeBron.
He could see it in LeBron's eyes. He would not be denied on that drive.
And a 2-for-1 is there for him if they want it.
Well, you're trying to end the quarter the right way. It takes awareness and it takes discipline.
Now here's Adams. He had 19 points in the win against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
Here's James, and the dunk by James.
I'll tell you, if you get caught napping on the defensive end, that first step of LeBron's is so explosive. Look out.
Schroeder outside. He can't get that one.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
And some good action through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers lead by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot, Dwight. What are you seeing from your opponent tonight?
They're a tough team. You know, they play hard, they play together, they move the ball, and they know how to play within the offense, you know. And we've been doing a better job on the defensive end, and I think tonight we came out with the right mentality. We just got to keep it up.
Dwight, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first period was 6 points. The second quarter saw them lose just a fraction of the lead they held at the end of the first, as they're now ahead by 2 points at the half. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home. It's something you might expect, but it's not a given. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Well, the reserves came in and played like starters. Gave them some big points off the bench. It'll be no surprise to see them get more minutes in the second half. They definitely deserve it. Though sometimes when you get more minutes, you get exposed. We shall see.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been a clinic out there by James.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with this mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Robertson in at the small forward. Bangs home the trifecta. Davis has got the first points of the second half up on the board for Los Angeles.
Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
And he gets it back. Green deciding where to go with it. James, the pass to Davis. Over Gallinari. And Davis can't get it to go. And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebound.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out and pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a pillar for this team.
Well, last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now, on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Doris, if you had to list a player with all the great talent in this league that's the most difficult to stop one-on-one, who would that be?
Well, like in similar situations, I can't give you just one. Some names that come immediately to mind, James Harden, obviously, has been in the MVP race for 5 years running, I think. He's virtually impossible to guard, right? He's got a great system for his individual skills. Kevin Durant can get any shot he wants at any time. And then the virtuoso that is LeBron James, who can pick you apart with shooting, with scoring, with passing. He's really nothing short of remarkable.
Now here is Davis. 11 points in the game. James with it. Back to Davis. And Adams sends it back. And they'll keep possession.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Now, here's Robertson. James covering. Paul outside. Here's Adams. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Lakers leading by 3. LeBron left side. And it's Davis with the jam.
Listen, we know that LeBron James can score at will, but he is phenomenal at hitting his guys with perfectly placed passes.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Paul with the bucket.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
James outside, and they double up James. Kicks it out to Bradley. Over Paul. A shot off that time. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And it goes down 2 points. And it's now only a 1-point Laker lead.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. Now LeBron following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. LeBron with the bucket.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Howard. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for James. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Green. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Avery Bradley. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Mike Muscala comes in for Gallinari. Ferguson's checked in for Andre Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. And it's Schroeder missing.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Caldwell-Pope finds Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell-Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Schroeder passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Another shot, and Davis sends it back.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Thunder trailing by 5. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Muscala, the pass to Schroeder. And Noel kicks to Ferguson. Takes the 3. Great D that time from Davis. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Back to Davis. And the rejection by Noel.
We know Noel is a superb shot blocker. It may be his best attribute, Kevin.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 5. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
We got a chance to get a great road win right now. We got to battle and fight and get down and dirty right now. Right? Let's go. Energy's got to be better.
Words moments ago from Billy Donovan, feeling they have a good chance to take one here on the road, asking for more hustle.
Yeah, it's enough that you're going up against a team on their turf in front of such a hostile crowd. You have to give maximum effort.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Inside, we've got Kuzma and McGee. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Caruso in a shooting guard. And here's Schroeder following Kyle Kuzma's 3. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Rondo. Nails the 16-footer.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
Rondo against Schroeder. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Kuzma. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists in the game. Los Angeles leading by 4. Rondo dishes to Caldwell-Pope. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. James is checked in. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Adams checked in. Final quarter of play, about 1.5 minutes off the clock into it. Back to Rondo. Kuzma outside. 4 on the clock. 3-pointer. Los Angeles with another miss. Thunder trailing by 4. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Schroeder outside. A floater. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Avery Bradley comes in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Thunder, Gallinari, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. And it's Paul in for Dennis Schroeder. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's Paul. Second shot opportunity. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Adams.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
LeBron James on the wing, defended by Robertson. James kicks to Bradley. Puts up a three. And it's James missing. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Robertson with it, working on James. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Paul. Shoots over Bradley. Paul's shot is off. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Oh, you love how Avery Bradley is prepared in big moments to cash in on any opportunity.
Bradley against Paul. From 17 feet out, Adams. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Wow, Steven Adams continuing to evolve. How about the clutch delivery?
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're up by 2. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Thunder. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. The Lakers in the lead. In the corner, it's James. The Thunder pull it in.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Now here's Paul. And Robertson has it in the corner. 6 to shoot. To tie it up. McGee with the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. James right side. And they double up LeBron. It's in!
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're down by 4. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. There's 38 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. McGee with the block. Gallinari inside the three-point line. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points. The Lakers with the ball, and now they decide to foul intentionally. And an intentional foul right there.
Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a three-point lead.
Well, Kevin, how about the remarkable improvement of Avery Bradley over time? Once strictly a dominant defender, this guy can make threes. He can drive the lane. There isn't an aspect of the game where he hasn't grown.
He's able to make it a two-possession game with some solid work at the line right there.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're behind by 4. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ball against Bradley. Paul can't get it to go. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Two.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5.
It just seems like LeBron James doesn't age. Still so dominant in the second half of his career. This guy is incredible in virtually every statistical category.
So it gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder with another miss. And so the Lakers take the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony, tell us the focus for the team coming into the game tonight.
Well, before we started the game, Coach came in and told us that we knew what we had to do. We were trying to stop a lot of their actions, and, our biggest focus for the game was guard the ball. That's what we did coming out of that timeout and never looked back.
And it led to a win. Thank you for your time, Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.